Hey guys, how's it going? Got another knife review for you today. This is a Custom Knife Factory Morrf. So this is the CKF Morrf. This knife is awesome. I have absolutely loved this blade ever since I got it. I've had it for probably 3 months now, and since I got it, I've put this in my pocket more often than any other knife I have. It is just an incredible value, awesome looking blade. It really is exemplary in terms of the materials used, just like most, if not all, of the CKF knives. Again, in my last video of the Sukhoi, I pointed out that they're able to make such a great knife for a low price point because they outsource a lot of the production to China. However, the end product is just far and beyond any other knife that you're going to get for the price point, and this thing is no exception. This comes in at even lower price. This is $280 right now, and they actually make this now in 3 different variations. This is the original G10 handle version, and now they have two different variations of carbon fiber pattern, and I believe they have a full titanium. And the difference in price between all 4 is $10. I think CF and the all-tie one goes for $290. So $10 more, and you're getting carbon fiber or full titanium. I'm pretty sure those are sold out, so you might have to wait for the next batch to come through. But as I said, this is the original one that they came out with, and this is G10. But you can just see how intricately detailed that G10 handle is. It's sculpted kind of random pattern there, and it just looks absolutely awesome. The overall design of this knife is just impeccable. I love the shape of that blade. It's a huge belly, pronounced belly, with a very sharp, pointy tip. The reverse side, your titanium, mimics the pattern on the G10, and it's just absolutely awesome. As you can see, this run was numbered. This is number 19 of 120. You can see, just like on the Sukhoi, they put a very cool clip on this Morrf. 3D titanium. Also, it is very sharp, so you gotta be careful putting it in the pocket. If I can put one knock on this knife, it's gonna be the clip, not because of how it looks, more because how it's designed. You can see how thin that, or how deep that recess cut is for the spring. It leaves hardly any material left, and that results in a very weak clip. I found that if you put it in your pocket and sit in a car with it or something like that, at the end of the car trip, I pulled it out and my clip was bent up almost to here. So I had to take the clip off and then rebend it. But it's good now. I just be careful that the clip is pretty weak. It will bend if you really stress it. The pivot is really cool. It kind of matches you kind of got these 3 fullers here that match the fullers on the blade. It is a flipper with a very awesome action. It's incredibly smooth and ultra fast. The blade is also pretty thin, and it only weighs 3.9 ounces, so it's very light. It's got a 3.5, 3.6 inch blade So it's a medium-sized knife, not too big. 0.157 on the thickness there for the blade stock. So that's 4 millimeters. And overall, the knife is 8¼ inches long. So again, it's sort of a medium size, not too big, not too small, but just right, especially for EDC. The blade came incredibly sharp, as all knives should, and I find that the design of the blade just lends itself perfectly to, being an EDC knife. Just, it's very utilitarian. It slices incredibly well with this full flat ground blade with the huge belly. Up top you have some there's some jimping. It's not exactly functional. It is a pretty big ramp, and your thumb does sit pretty nicely. It could be cut a little bit deeper in my opinion, but it does provide a little bit of traction. What takes away from the traction though is the large spaces where there is no jimping, and that kind of makes your thumb slide. If they had just done pure jimping all the way through without having these gaps, that would have been more functional. You can see on the flipper here the S35VN stamp. You also have some very nice jimping on the flipper, on the bottom and on the back. Makes it very nice to access and get some grip on. It's a standoff construction. Very nice looking standoffs. The pivot or the blade does ride on single row bearing washers, so it's not a double row like the Sukhoi, but it is just as smooth. I also took this apart and oiled it because, like I said, with the Sukhoi, they come very greased up, so I think that detracts from the action. So I took it apart and cleaned out the grease and put a lighter oil on the bearings, which makes it very smooth. So that's a quick look at the CKF Morrf. I highly recommend this blade. You're not going to find a better value out there in terms of design and attention to detail and materials. You're just not going to find it. Yes, it's produced in China, assembled in Moscow, but it does truly feel like a mid-tech or a high-end production knife. There's absolutely no flaws of workmanship. Just a great all-around knife. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in a comment below. Thanks.